for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
Puff got one of the hottest DJs off of Hot 97.
And she said, you didn't see this part, she said, no, you know, Ben, you know I love you. And Puffy, I love you too. I adore that we're the last two people on earth who refer to him as Puffy.
Really? Remember, I am hip-hop.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny how when men get older in hip-hop, they're still, you know, well-respected, well-versed, Kool Herc, you know what I'm saying, and Red Alert, and, you know, the legends, KRS-One. You know, you put me in there and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, Wendy's a talk show lady. No. I listened to Big L on the way to work this morning.
When we were younger, you know, you were hearing your left ear and that was considered straight, and hearing your right ear, that'd be gay, and then at one point, people started wearing both earrings, and you know what I mean?
And then they started wearing girl pants, and then they're wearing jeggings, and then, yes, it's very effeminized, but be very clear. There were lots of homosexuals in hip hop back in the 80s too. You know, that was, you know, what's worse? You know, hip hop wearing skirts or hip hop being closeted and having a plethora of kids to prove manhood that, you know, and denial of something that you shouldn't have to deny, which is your sexuality. So I hear what Jamar is saying, but we come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now, so.
A time where it's cool to be a gay rapper?
I don't know, because I still see Frank Ocean as being one amongst many, but one, and that's good. But, you know, and then there was the notion of this radio DJ in New York who is in denial. So that just goes to show you how far the homosexual movement within hip hop and sports still needs to go. It is politically correct to be accepting, but behind closed doors, people are still hating. And Jason, the basketball player, is one, but it will be a long time, I think, before another actively playing in the locker room ball player comes out.
Following Wells Fargo's 2022 allegation, was Wendy Williams lying all along? Wendy Williams was not of sound mind, and the host is currently under financial conservatorship. Wendy appears to be in good condition and is merely acting nuts to divert Diddy's attention away from her claims Jaguar Wright.
Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
Some people are saying the whole Wendy Williams documentary that she's pretty much allegedly playing this way to keep herself safe from him, from any unaliving.
It's been working for Orlando Brown. Why wouldn't it work for Wendy?
To play crazy.
Why wouldn't it work?
Hey.
The oosh gosh whoosh wash. Orlando's brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all spent time with him.
We did.
Yeah. He's highly intelligent.
Yes.
Imagine what it's been like to wear this character for this long.
No, I can only...
That he does is a character. Actually, the shit he does online is the best acting he does.
Is he speaking truth?
Of course he is.
You know? We seen Quiet on set.
Major pain in his ass. Literally. Since he was a kid.
Man.
And then eating milk, running around, talking about expensive pain. In his ass.
Wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jag.
Me.
Wait a minute.
He's a Fruit Loop. He Diddy 5.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried.
Take a look now to understand where Wright is coming from And let's get a little background regarding the dynamic Wendy and Diddy share.
Uptown. That was common. Ask Wendy Williams.
That did happen to her too.
And it was women that set that up. Because they didn't like her swag and they were afraid that she was gonna steamroll them. Because they knew when it came to creating content that was a G. So they put you in a bad situation. They tell you that the guy is okay, even though everybody knows he's a boogeyman. And then they tell that guy she's easy. She slept with this one. She slept with that one. Then they call somebody and say, hey, you remember? Yo, didn't you used to date Wendy? Yo, tell him about how easy she was. Wow. And then they gas this up. And then the next thing you know, she out at dinner and this motherfucker cooped up. And they done already made sure that he done got 5 grams of right. Like, I'm not saying that people don't have choices. I'm saying that there are people that stack the deck to make sure that people lean more towards making bad choices than not. You know, I can speak of a legacy that, in my opinion, was mitigated, really f***ed over for the sake of sparing a legacy that...
Wendy Williams and Chef Diddy Coonwas have not always had a good relationship. The pair's feud began in the 1990s when Williams regularly chastised Diddy on her radio show Hot 97. Williams was kicked off the radio show in 1998, but he maintains that Diddy was involved. Williams rose to prominence after launching her talk show, The Wendy Williams Show, in 2008. Despite her departure from the radio station, she covered a wide spectrum of Diddy news during her tenure on daytime television, including his several legal dramas. When Williams joined Diddy on her show in 2017, it appeared that they had put their problems behind them after years of ups and downs, but then everything went south. Wendy Williams revealed on her radio show, The Wendy Williams Experience, in 2005, that she was almost jumped by the girl group Total, which was signed to Diddy's record label Bad Boy Records before being fired from Hot 97. Williams described the alleged event and referred to Diddy's involvement in a 2019 talk show segment in a 2013 interview with Vlad TV. Williams alluded to the circumstances behind her removal from Hot 97 and how they related to her theories about a hip-hop artist's sexual orientation. She joked that there was a radio personality. Once upon a time, her name was Wendy Williams, and she was nearly roasted at the stake for discussing such topics, and now it's all going full circle. Many circumstances occurred over my career, and it is all going full circle. Naturally, Williams, who called the rapper Puffy, poked fun of him for changing his name so much over his career.
And, you know, prosecutors are saying that Puffy fired at least 1 gunshot into the ceiling of the nightclub, which is like ridiculous. This whole thing happened back, of course, in December of '99. The comment came during the opening statements, and 3 people were injured during a shooting. Of course, Shine and Anthony Wolf Jones, the bodyguard, will also be standing trial. They're also saying that when the gunshots rang out, now whoever threw the, pulled the trigger, whatever, Puffy ran out of the club so fast and got into the waiting SUV that it wasn't until he got into the truck that he realized that he left Jennifer behind, along with his bodyguard, Anthony Wolf. He just ran. Forget it. That's a true sign of an itch bag.
Puff got one of the hottest DJs off of Hot 97 because she wanted to put up a picture of him getting his pants pulled down. You understand what I'm saying? Puff had power.
Speaking of that, right, I'm happy you brought that up. Kirk Burrows, I did an interview with him some months ago, and he told a story about Wendy Williams. She got fired from Hot 97 because she had a picture of Puffy, and she was saying on air that she was going to reveal the picture. If you don't mind, because he told me the story, but he didn't go into detail. He never told me about what was in the picture. So if you don't mind, give me the story from your point of view, and what was in the picture, because for some reason, he never went into detail about that.
We were in Cancun, and we were on our way to the island of women. You know what I'm saying? And this is all it was, bro. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff, he went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. When he grabbed his trunk and pulled them down, some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said she had him in a compromising position and like it was gay, something like that. And she was gonna put it out. So they stopped her from putting it out.
And they got her fired from Hot 97 because of that.
Well, I think that we were in California at the time, and Puff was shooting a layout for either Rolling Stones or what's the other magazine? Rolling Stones, it begins with a B. Billboard, right, thank you. He was shooting a layout for either Rolling Stone or Billboard when he had the white suit on. I was the one who put him in the damn pool. What happened was that Wendy had somehow shown people that email. You hear me? She's shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her, you understand? Before he got back in New York, that they was not gonna get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was gonna boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days before we landed back in New York. Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. It was over for her. She was fired.
Not only that, but she also said in her 2004 book, The Wendy Williams Experience, that she held a certain amount of disdain for Puff due to his single-handed attempt to destroy her career. She documented the agony he inflicted upon me. This will always be with me. Despite how fantastic he is, I don't hate him. Yes, it was a beautiful feeling.
Why? You know why? Like we were talking about fallen soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, people from our era who die, or you see somebody and they've, you know, they don't look the same, in a bad way. You know, we see a lot of that now. For me, Puff coming and representing the height of the Forbes list, the #1 entertainer, not rapper entertainer. He beat Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, all them people, the Clooney's, the Doonies, and the Boonies. He's #1. That's my era. I helped him do Bad Boy. He knows. We were all in the trenches together at a particular time. And just good.
Felt great.
Real great. And a real accomplishment, hopefully to show maybe some of the younger people or somebody, you know, somebody could try to, you know, do you in, but the power of forgiveness and the power of going on and making it. Because I've always been motivated by haters, including my parents. You know, you got a pretty face if you lose some weight, says my dad when I'm a young girl. The first man you're supposed to love. How do you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I appreciate Puff, and I appreciate that I don't have to call him Diddy. Because he told you that? Yeah, I don't know him as that. That's Puff.
That's Puff.
That's Puff. Anyway, no, I appreciate that, and I will cherish that moment. And
did y'all have to do any due diligence beforehand, or that was the first time when you saw him on stage?
Excuse me, what did I just talk to you about when you tried to say hi to me in the hall?
Yeah, don't talk to me, Sway.
Yeah, go back in the room. Come on now.
You wanted to come?
Yeah.
Okay.
Puff wanted to come to the show.
it's been a long time coming because, schedules have to be negotiated and whatnot. But he showed up. He smelled great. His stomach is flat. Heather, he was handsome. And he ain't going nowhere.
No.
Clearly. Can't be stopped now.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Bad boy for life.
Bad boy for life. That was a big moment for those who
Yeah.
know. And I was happy for the both of you.
Yeah.
Moving ahead, Williams went so far as to imply that after Diddy and Cassie's brief breakup in 2015 and Diddy's public statement of his love for Cassie on the Williams talk show in 2018, there may have been a power imbalance between the singer and record producer. Williams first cheered the pair's reunification upon their 2021 announcement of their final breakup. But after seeing Diddy's attempts to win Cassie back on social media, Williams described his tactics as manipulative. Williams went on to joke that she didn't think Diddy would want to settle down when he got to be between the ages of 68 and 78 because of his party boy lifestyle. So basically, Jaguar Wright believes Wendy is faking her illness and current mental state because she is aware that Diddy and his alleged rage won't hurt her. In addition, Wendy struggles to manage the shifting responsibilities of being a legal guardian, her problems with dementia and aphasia, and her family's constant accusations. Further stories state that Wanda, Williams' sister, fabricated her sister's illness to get her show back. In reality, they were only trying to get her there to complete an insurance claim, which would clearly allow them to replace the money they were stealing and any losses. At the time, Wendy's family likewise yearned for power. Since Wendy's sister was only ever used as a prop due to her folly, they removed her after she returned to New York, which further worsened Wendy's downward spiral. Her sister was acting as a medical proxy and was trying to seize ultimate power for herself. Since Wendy Williams has not yet addressed many of these claims, it is somewhat challenging to ascertain the truth. Nevertheless, if there's one thing we can be certain of, it's that Jaguar Wright never talks until she fully understands the subject. All of that for now. For further updates, don't forget to leave your opinions in the comments section below. Press the icon with the bell